Hello everyone, and yes, it is me, Progressbatarian. I am back with another video, and the date that I am recording this right now is July 31st, 2019, a Wednesday, and I recently finished watching the first round of the second Democratic presidential debate on my DVR here at home, and I wanted to make this video not necessarily about the debate. I'm just saying really when I'm recording this, because tonight there's the second round of debates has not happened yet as of me recording this. I'm looking forward to watching it. I hope Tulsi Gabbard can destroy Joe Biden, but that's another story. Here I'm making this video because I want to talk about a new plan that Elizabeth Warren released. Yes, she released another one because that's what she keeps doing. I think that's awesome. The more policies, the better. That's just what I view right there, because I just care about what you're going to do for the country. But yeah, Elizabeth Warren released her plan for trade, and I actually like it. And so if I go to check it out and read it, she released a piece of it on Medium, and I will display it for you right here. She says, for decades, big multinational corporations have bought and lobbied their way into dictating America's trade policy. Those big corporations have gotten rich, but everyone else has paid the price. We've lost millions of jobs to outsourcing, depressed wages for American workers, accelerated climate change, and squeezed America's family farmers. We've let China get away with the suppression of pay and labor rights, poor environmental protections, and years of currency manipulation. All to add some zeros to the bottom line of big corporations with no loyalty or allegiance to America. We need to completely transform our approach to trade. America enters into trade negotiations with enormous leverage because America is the world's most attractive market. As president, I won't hand America's leverage to big corporations to use for their own narrow purposes. I'll use it to create and defend good American jobs, raise wages and farm income, combat climate change, lower drug prices, and raise living standards worldwide. We will engage in international trade, but on our terms and only when it benefits American families. My plan is a new approach to trade, one that is different from both the Washington insider consensus that brought us decades of bad trade deals and from Donald Trump's haphazard and ultimately corporate-friendly approach. Unlike the insiders, I don't think free trade deals that benefit big multinational corporations and international capital at the expense of American workers are good simply because they open up markets. Trade is good when it helps American workers and families. When it doesn't, we need to change our approach. And unlike Trump, while I think tariffs are an important tool, they are not by themselves a long-term solution to our failed trade agenda and must be part of a broader strategy that this administration clearly lacks. To ensure that American families benefit from international trade in the decades to come, I want to invest in American workers and to use our leverage to force other countries to raise the bar on everything from labor and environmental standards to anti-corruption rules to access to medicine to tax enforcement. If we raise the world's standards to our level and American workers have the chance to compete fairly, they will thrive, and millions of people around the world will be better off too. So what do I think of this? Well, as I said before, I actually like this. I think this is one of Elizabeth Warren's strong points, is that I think she's actually stronger on this issue than Bernie Sanders because she's not afraid to talk about, tariffs if necessary. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Trump has implemented tariffs on steel and aluminum during his presidency. However, I don't like the way that he's been doing it. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, he hasn't been negotiating them peacefully. Like, if you want to do tariffs, you have to sit down with the other countries and talk it out with them, saying, okay, we're going to do these tariffs right here and these tariffs right here, and you're going to be fine with it, and I'm going to be fine with it here, and so we're going to do this stuff to prevent a trade war. Like, that's possible, okay? You can do that. Like, the way Trump is doing it, he's been, like, saying, yeah, I'm going to put tariffs in this country, and, like, take this China, take this Mexico, take this Canada, like, take this all, you suckers. Like, that's not how you do it, okay? Now, and Elizabeth Warren, she has had a consistent issue on this for quite a while. Like, she fought against TPP. She's been really critical of the ISDS section in the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And Donald Trump, even though he promised to, get us out of the TPP, which, yes, he did get us out of the TPP, but he slipped provisions of the TPP into the renegotiation of NAFTA, the USMCA. So I feel like if Elizabeth Warren really points out the stuff that Trump has done wrong, including the fact that 93,000 jobs were outsourced under his first year in office, she can out-Trump Trump by saying things like, hey, you promised to bring back jobs and renegotiate these trade deals. You've done the opposite of that. I'm a real populist. Look at me. So yeah, I really do think that that is a good approach for Elizabeth Warren. I think that is an awesome way she can defeat Trump, like using his own words against him. You promised this. I'm gonna do it for real. So yeah, I love that Elizabeth Warren is basically talking about unionized workers and protectionism. I think it's awesome. So I thought that Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders did a great job teaming up last night. I just I think that Elizabeth Warren did good when responding to the debate questions on trade. I hope she talks more about that because that is one of her strong points. You keep going on, Liz. This is amazing. And don't get me wrong, even though I do have other criticisms of Elizabeth Warren, if she does get the nomination to be the Democratic nominee, I can still vote for her with a smile on my face because her economic policies are her strong points. Wealth tax, better trade deals, reinstating stronger Wall Street regulation. Like, she voted against the partial repeal of Dodd-Frank, unlike my senators in Virginia. I'm coming for you, Warner and Kane. We got to primary you someday. But anyway, even with the criticisms I have of Elizabeth Warren, I'm not going to vote against her if she gets the nomination. For crud's sake, I got to actually see her a couple months ago in person at a rally. So, yeah, this is incredible. I think this is a great move on Elizabeth Warren to talk about, protectionism and union workers. Just keep going at it, Liz, and I think you may win this.